Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, thank you so much for this meaningful opportunity. Such an honor for us to be here. And my name is Muhammad Anata Gibransha, and I'm honored to present this research on behalf of my co-authors. And today we will present our research entitled Integrating Environmental Justice Framework in Indonesian Net Zero Emission Roadmap, a participatory approach to an equitable climate transition by 2060. Next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, climate transition has become one of the most defining challenges of the 21st century. And Indonesia, as the world's fourth most populous country and the eighth largest greenhouse gas emitter, plays a crucial role in global climate solutions. And Indonesia has committed to achieving net zero emission by 2016 and in early if in early if possible through the energy transition, renewable investment, and also reduction of coal dependency. However, one fundamental reality must be acknowledged that climate change does not impact all people equally. Communities with the least resources and the least contribution to emission are often the most affected, such as first, coastal communities in northern Java already experience tidal floods and also land subsidence. And second, indigenous groups are displaced due to mining consequences and land uh, conversions. And third, rural and also remote regional populations still lack access to modern renewable energy. And fourth, women and children face layered vulnerability from health impact and economic instability. This situation reveals a crucial dimensions that climate transition is not only a technical or economic agenda, it is a justice agenda. If the transition is not designed equitable, if could produce what scholars describe as climate injustice and also green inequality, where the wealthy benefit from clean energy while marginalized groups bear the burden. Therefore, the roadmap must integrate environmental justice as a guiding framework. Next. And based on this consideration, our research addressed three essential questions. First, how can an environmental justice framework be integrated into Indonesian net zero emission roadmap? And second, what socioeconomic and also ecological challenges hinder a just energy transitions? And third, how can vulnerable communities be effectively included in decision-making processes? And this question arises because climate policies in Indonesia remain highly centralized and also technocratic, often dominated by the government agencies and also corporate actors, while the voices of the community directly affected are not meaningfully involved. Next. Okay, our study or our research therefore aims to first to analyze the integration of environmental justice within Indonesia net zero emission roadmap, and second to identify key barriers and also opportunity for a just energy transitions, and third to design a participatory models that ensures inclusivity of climate governments. Next. And to address these objectives, we conduct first qualitative approach supported by the literature review, and then semi-structured interview with the key stakeholders. And third is policy analysis, reviewing national energy transition regulations. And fourth, stakeholder mapping to identify power relationship and participation potential. And this combination of method help us understand both the macro level policy narratives and also the micro level of human experiences. Next. Okay, our finding highlight four major points. First, environmental justice is not yet fully institutionalized. In Indonesia's net zero emissions framework, although equity is frequently mentioned in officially rhetoric, it lacks concrete instrument, accountability mechanisms, and also measurable indicators. And second, energy access inequality remains significant. While industrial and also urban sector increasingly adopt clean energy technologies, remote areas still really rely on biomass, diesel generators, and also uh, unstable electricity supply. And this imbalance can create double climate burdens, where communities face both pollutions and also exclusion from the transition benefits. And third, public participations remains minimal and also symbolic. So consultations are often carried out merely to satisfy procedural requirements rather than genuine decision making. Communities are informed but not empowered. And fourth, Indonesia risks what many scholars call a just transition gap, where economic, environmental, and also government disparities widen during the transition processes. And without justice principle, the transition could become a transition for the elite, not the for the society. And next, so here's the illustrate the urgency. Let us examine the project of carbon dioxide reduction curve from 2030 until 2060. So the curve shows that after 2045, emission reduction must accelerate dramatically. Achieving such reduction will require not only technology and finance, but also public acceptance, community agreement, and also social legitimacy. And without involvement, the potential for conflict, such as land disputes, resettlements, resistance, and also energy poverty, becomes much higher, higher, and higher. Next. Okay, so based on our research, we conclude that first, environmental justice is essential for achieving a fair net zero emission transitions. And second, Indonesia's current approach remains top-down and also technocratic. And third, an participatory system undermine climate justice. And fourth, net zero emission by 2060 must be built on human-centered, community-inclusive climate governments. Next. So, in response, we propose five key policy recommendations. First, develop a binding multi-level participatory governance framework, integrating community decision-making, national, regional, and also community actors. Second, strengthening the institutional capacity to address environmental injustice within energy policies. Third, expand equitable access to clean energy and technologies, especially in marginalized regions. And fourth, implement a community-based monitoring and benefit sharing mechanisms. And last, ensuring policy transparency and improving access to climate related information for the public. Next. Okay, so this recommendation also emphasized that climate transition must be prioritize democracy, equity, and also accountability. And to conclude, achieving net zero emission is not simply a competition of emission numbers. It is a task of our commitment to human rights, justice, and also equality. Because climate justice is not only about protecting the environment, it is also about protecting the people and ensuring their dignity for all. So, yeah, everyone. So, thank you so much for your attention. We sincerely appreciate your attention so much, and we welcome your questions, feedback, and also further collaboration for this research. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.